Hey guys, this is CK at CK Education, and today I want to share with you some tips for if you're already in your career, you're working, and you're not the most ambitious employee. You're not really outgoing, you're not really ambitious, you're not looking to become manager or get ahead really quickly. You're pretty timid, you're pretty shy, you're reserved, and maybe pretty quiet, and you just want to go to work and you're happy doing that, and you don't need to be the superstar in your office. And I met a lot of employees like that. In fact, I have one in particular, whom I've known for many years, for decades actually, and he's a very successful um, you know worker. He works in the government, but he's like that. And I want to share with you the tips that I gave him when he started. So now this person here, and I really try to be careful when I'm making these videos that I don't um, I don't expose too much information. I want to allow these people to have their privacies. But this person I've known for a long time, and uh, never finished college, and so started out just sort of not knowing what to do, and so when I was working in the government, in the DC government, I talked to my boss, and we were able to create a position. It wasn't just for him, but we were able to get a position that fit him, and he was looking for a job, and we had the position open, and anyway, he was able to get that. So it was an opportunity, but I'm telling you, it was a very low paying position. It was a very low paying position at the time. I didn't know if he'd take it, but I said, look, you got to start somewhere, right? It's better than working at your mom's little corner business and not getting anywhere. And he just wasn't very happy doing that. So I said, why don't you take this, and don't think of it as a permanent state, but something, a stepping stone, and you could you know go from there, and grow from there. So, but I tell you, it was really small. I mean, it was, you know, starting pay was really, really low, and but he had a great attitude, and he took it, and he was thankful, and he moved down, and he moved into this crappy apartment, and and quite honestly, at the time, I felt kind of bad for him, but I knew that he could do it. Everybody has to start somewhere. So anyway, when I left the government, I told him these three things. When I left the government, he was still there, and he was there shortly after, and then he moved to another agency and so forth. But 12 years later, after he had been to several agencies, and he actually moved back to the East Coast, with a much higher pay, with a lot of money in his pocket, and just doing really great. It was like it had been, I think, like 12 years since I had seen him, and I had forgotten that I had given him this advice. But he says, I said, man, you're doing great, and just so proud of you. Just so awesome. I'm so happy to hear about it and everything. And he says, you remember the advice that you gave me 12 years ago? I said, what did I say? And he said, well, first of all, you said that to always have a positive attitude, never complain, never blame, never whine, especially in front of your boss. Okay, never complain about anything. Always have a positive attitude. Always have a great attitude. Number two, he said that you told me that whenever your boss asks you to do something, do it quickly and do the highest quality work as quickly as possible. Don't wait until tomorrow what you could do today. If your boss says, yeah, you can start it next week, or you can get it done in 3 weeks, if you can get it done today, you get it done today. And number three, he said that I had told him to always look for opportunities, and see if you can leapfrog and you can move around to different employment opportunities in different organizations, and in his case, different government agencies, to find better opportunities. He just took those three things to heart, and for 12 years, he said, I just did that. Every day I went into work, I got a smile on my face. I greet my coworkers and my boss with a smile, with a great attitude. I'm willing to work. And whenever my boss gives me something to do, I get on it right away, and I do the best job that I can do. And I'm always looking like I'm eager to do more work. And thirdly, I've always looked for opportunities. So, I mean, he went from here, he went to, if I remember correctly, he went from like the DC, where I worked, and then a very low paying job. And then he went to another federal agency in DC. And then he went to California and worked for a government agency there. Then I think he went to Nevada, and he worked for a government agency there. And then finally he came back, and he's working for a federal agency here, again at a much higher pay, and he's doing fantastic. And he's going to have a nice pension when he retires. And I mean, he's just on a great path. And so I was so proud of him, still so proud of him. But I wanted to share those three things because he is not the kind of personality where he's aggressive or he's assertive even, or he's ambitious. He is none of those things. He's very timid. He's very reserved. And I've known him forever, and he's like that. And knowing his personality, I gave him this advice, and I want to keep it very, very simple. But I think that if you're one of those personalities as well, that you would do well to heed this advice, that you go in every single day. You never blame, you never complain, you never whine. You go in there and you with a happy face, with a great attitude, you go to work every single day. You don't make excuses, you just work hard, and you just have a very positive attitude. And number two, when your boss asks you to do something, do not ever, not even one time, be lazy. Do not delay, do not procrastinate. If your boss says, well, if you could get it done within a month or something, and you know that you can get started on it today, you get started on it today. If you can finish it within a week, you just start and finish early. And this is exactly what he does as well. Recently, just several months ago, he was telling me that he had moved to a new federal agency. And he said, and I texted him, I was talking to him, and he says, oh yeah, it was like 6 o'clock or something, past the time that he should have gone home. And he says, yeah, the boss gave me something to do, and said that I can start on it next week, but I figured I could just start on it tonight. And he says, in fact, when I started on it, I found that I could just finish it tonight. So I'm staying a little bit extra, and they're not paying me extra, but I'm staying a little bit extra to just get it done. And tomorrow I'm going to submit it and be done with it. And what happened? The next day he went to work, and he told his boss, I'm done. And the boss is like, you're done? I mean, I thought you were going to start next week. He said, yeah, but I had some time and I started on it. I stayed a little bit late last night and I finished it. What do you think his boss thought? I mean, she was utterly impressed, and he keeps doing this over and over and over. So it's just the same principle. He's just so consistent and persistent with this. He just does this every time. And so even though he's quiet, even though he's not the greatest communicator, he's not a manager, he's nothing like that. He just gets complimented because he does his work quickly, he does his work well, and he works very, very hard. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is just, look, he's always looking for opportunities. And I said, you work in a place, but you should always be searching and seeing if there are other opportunities. If you just stick in one place like that and expect to go up, that the raise that you get and the advancement that you might get typically tends to be very, very slow if you're just in one spot. So I say to leapfrog and go to different agencies. And if you've worked in the federal government or even in city government, the different grades and the different steps within the grades. But you can skip, grades and get a much higher pay quickly if you can find other opportunities. But look at him; he was willing to move to another part of the country. I mean, he just didn't hesitate, didn't complain about it, didn't whine about it. He just did it, and now he's just, he's got a great future. He's doing fantastic. So. He inspired me to make this video because there are many others like him out there, but don't get down on yourself, man. I wish I was more ambitious, or I wish I could talk better, or I wish I could do this. You know what? You are who you are, and there are some things that you can improve, but some things you just are who you are. Your personality is as such, and that's okay. I mean, everybody's different, but you can still be very happy, very successful, and you can have a very successful career, like my friend has. So. I hope you'll take that to heart. I hope you'll be encouraged. And thanks so much for watching this video up to this point. And I hope that was helpful. And until my next video, I hope you stay well.